Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, from darkness to light, and from mortality to the immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, we are discussing the introductory text on Advaita Vedanta, that is Aparokshanubuhti. The meaning of Aparokshanubuhti is the immediate realization of the self. So the non-dualistic philosophy doesn't believe in the salvation after the death. After the death, I may go to heaven, or I may reach the above worlds and I may get salvation. The non-dualistic philosophy says that the salvation is attainable now and here. How to attain that salvation, how to attain that emancipation has been discussed in detail in this text, Aparokshanubuhti. So the immediate realization of the self means instant availability. We speak today, ready to eat we all speak. So here that ready to eat is available here. By eating this, by consuming this, by assimilating these ideas, we will be able to realize who am I, or what is my real nature, or self-realization, or nirvana, or so. We were discussing about what is discrimination or vichara according to Advaita Vedanta, non-dualistic philosophy. Knowing between real and unreal, discriminating between real and unreal, it is viveka we had known. Here, knowing who am I and who is the creator God and what is this universe and the relationship between these three is known as vichara according to the author of this text. So it is not only differentiation or discrimination between real and unreal, rather knowing these three things is vichara according to this author of this text. So after knowing what is the vichara, inquiry into the truth, he also said how to start this self-inquiry. He said, first you start with yourself. Who am I? When I say I am not the world, I am not the object, to the larger extent, to the possible extent, we do understand. We do conceive this idea, the idea. But when I say that I am different from my body, physical body or gross body, I am different from my senses, sense organs, I am different from my mind, I am different from my thoughts, emotions, intellect, it is very difficult and it is very subtle also to understand. So the author has tried to tell that you are not this body, the physical body. Why? This physical body is made up of these 5 elements, which is made up of even this world. And also you are not the mind, or you are not the sense organs. Why? Because you are not the subtle body also. So that also includes the causal body also. So neither you are the physical body, nor you are the gross body, nor you are the causal body. Dehatraya, we say 3 types of bodies we have got according to the Indian philosophy. So I am the self, the Atman is different from these 3 bodies. That's what we have to start our self-inquiry. Our inquiry into the truth has to be started from this according to the author. Till here we saw. Now, after understanding in a limited understanding about who am I, the author immediately, he starts explaining what is the cause for this mundane world or this empirical world. Because in my previous class, I had said that any classical philosophy has to understand or has to explain 3 important points or components. It is like triangle of triangle. One is who am I, or the individual self. The other is God, the supreme self. The third is empirical world, mundane world, where we live and experience. So now the author is trying to tell what is this world and what is the cause, source for this empirical world or this mundane world is told, explained in the 14th sloka. Ajnana prabhavam sarvam gnanena praviliyate sankalpo vividaha kartha vicharaha soyamidrushaha. Ajnana prabhavam, produced by ignorance. What is produced by ignorance? What is the product? What did it produce? By ignorance, something has been produced, author is trying to tell. He's telling sarvam, everything. Everything is produced by ignorance. Means the world or the worldly objects, whatever we are seeing, everything is produced by ignorance. Starting from amoeba, or starting from atom, to the even the largest thing, or diamond or human being, everything so-called, whatever exists in the world, either sentient or non-sentient, living or non-living, everything is produced by ignorance, according to the author. Now, how it is, we'll try to understand. Gnanena praviliyate, and that is destroyed, or that is removed, that is dissolved completely. How? By knowledge, through knowledge. How? Vividaha, various, praviliyate, completely disappears. Vividaha, various, sankalpaha, thoughts or fancy ideas, kartha, creator, vicharaha, discrimination or enquiry, soyam, I am that, etc. Like, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. All these fancy ideas, all these thoughts are there, no? It disappears. The moment when this is disappeared, then obviously the world also ceases to exist. Means in one sentence, the author is trying to tell the ignorance is the root cause for this empirical world. Now, how to understand this? The ignorance is the root cause for my suffering, fine. Ignorance is the root cause for my birth and death, we can understand. How the ignorance is the root cause for this world? It is very, very interesting thing which author is making us to inquire or think in a very deep manner. Here we have to understand the Upanishads try to explain two types of creation. One is called Ishvara Srushti, the creation done by God or Lord or Almighty, the Creator. The other is Jiva Srushti, the creation done by oneself. Now, for an example, in this Ireland, according to me, we have got only 2 seasons. One is 2 or 3 months we have got summer, and rest of the time is winter. And what about rainy season? It is all of the year. Whether I like it or not, whether I dislike it or not, it is there. It is a part of nature and God has created it. I can't change it to larger extent. But whereas my reactions towards them, my acceptance, my rejecting it, my reactions towards it, it makes me to create my own world. Say for an example, we are working in a company and where 15 people are there. And one boss, one manager is there, and below the manager, we 15 people are working under him or her. Now, if you ask objectively their impression, their perceptions, their opinions, or their images about the manager from these 15 people, everyone give different opinions, more or less. If it is broadly classified, it can be classified into 3 groups. One is neutral, is okay, bearable, tolerable, so-so. And someone say, oh, he's very good, he's okay, he's nice, etc., etc. And someone say, oh no, my dear, I am only praying to God when he will leave this office. The person is saying only one manager, but 15 people's reactions are different. Why? Because of one's own understanding, because of one's own feelings, because of one's own thoughts process, or still we can say because of one's own personality or character. So this is what we mean Jiva Srushti. And also, because of ignorance, I mistook the rope as a snake. So similarly, because of ignorance, I am mistaking the Brahman as the world or the empirical world. Now here the word of caution is very important. Please try to understand. When we say that the Brahman is appearing as the world, we never say, or we never mean that the world does not exist. For an example, in your dream, you were the king, you had a palace, but in reality, the palace never existed. It was mere a dream, and it was mere an idea. It was a dream. So similarly, we cannot say that even here, things doesn't exist like that. No, we don't mean that. It is not non-existent. Yes, something exists, but we are seeing it as something else. The Brahman is the substratum. Brahman exists, but we are mistaking the Brahman for the world. That's what we mean. There is something, but we are mistaking it for something else. Just like we are mistaking the rope for the snake. And we saw the rope for a snake. We saw the rope as a snake, and our heartbeat became more. My BP became more. I had a sweating. I screamed, and people came running to help me, and they put a torch and they say, "Oh, my dear, it is only a mere rope. It is not the snake." Then, oh, is it? But it will take some time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes or a few moments to understand and to come away from the phobia or fear. So similarly, the Brahman exists. We are not seeing the world as world, or the Brahman as the Brahman. We are seeing, because of the ignorance, the Brahman as the world. Now I will give one more example. Probably you'll be able to understand. We went to a jewelry shop. We purchased golden ring. Fine. Then we put a golden necklace. Fine. Golden earring we purchased. Fine. We purchased golden nose ring. Fine. Now we all purchased. We purchased and we brought to the house. Now what are all these things? Oh, there is a golden bangles. There are golden bangles. There are golden nose ring. There are golden ring, and there is a golden nose ring. All these things are there. Yes. But if you show me, I say that gold only exists. Where are all other things? Actually, if you see what is the content among all these substances, either golden bangle or golden ring, nose ring, or a ring or golden earring, in all these things, or golden necklace, in all these things, the content of it is gold only. It is made in a different shapes, and we have given different names, and we are using it for different purpose. So from the substance point of view, from the content point of view, gold and gold alone exists, but only because of its name, because of its form, and because of its functional aspect, we are giving different names, different things. But for a common person, if you ask, yes, there may be fine. Everything is made up of gold, but you cannot mistake for one for another. So everything is separate, isn't it? Yes, for functional aspect, all these things are separate. I cannot use the golden ring, nose ring to the for my fingers, for finger rings to the nose or ears. Definitely, functionally, it is different, but from the content point, it is all gold only. So that's what we can understand here. The Brahman and Brahman alone, the consciousness alone exists, but we are mistaking because of ignorance as this world. The moment the ignorance is removed from our mind, then the world ceases to exist. What do we mean by the world ceases to exist? Just like when I got the knowledge of the rope, then the snake ceases to exist. So similarly, when my ignorance is removed, then I see the Brahman as the Brahman alone. And also, one more example we can see where we experience daily. Oh, there's a beautiful sunrise. Wonderful. Oh, there's a mid-sun. There's a scorching sun. Sun has come in the middle of the sky. It has come tip of my head. Fine. Oh, evening. Beautiful sunset. Morning we said sunrise. Afternoon, we said sun has come in the middle of the sky and is above the head. And now sunset, beautiful. And now a scientist said, sun never rises, sun never sets. It is only earth is moving, isn't it? So it is all okay. You are experiencing it, you are enjoying it, no doubt, but sun never rises, sun never sets. Though that is a truth, that is a fact, but still we are experiencing sunrise, sunset, and we are enjoying it also. So similarly, just like sun never rises and sun never sets, but still we are experiencing rising sun and setting sun. So similarly, the Brahman and Brahman alone exist, but we are experiencing the world. But whereas when I get the knowledge of sun never rises and sun never sets, I may experience the sunrise and sunset, but I am not getting baffled. I'm not getting confused. So similarly, the moment when I understand who am I or what is the world is made up of, Brahman and Brahman alone exist, that is existence, consciousness, bliss, then I may be living in the world. I may do all my transactions in the world just like any common person do, but I'm not getting confused. I will not be confused. I will not be baffled. I will not be disturbed from the world or worldly affairs. That is the beauty of Advaita Vedanta. It gives a tremendous confidence. It gives a tremendous strength. It gives a tremendous fearlessness for all of us. That's why we have to know who am I in reality. And the similar way, we have to understand what is this world is made up of, because we are living in this world. Until otherwise we know it, probably we cannot detach ourselves from this world. Otherwise, what happens? We attach to this world. So we need a knowledge of this world also. So they are telling that I am the creator, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I am the sufferer. And all these things we are telling, isn't it? So all these things is due to ignorance. The moment ignorance is destroyed, then neither you are an enjoyer, nor you are the doer, nor you are the sufferer. Naham karta, naham bhokta. I am never the doer, nor the enjoyer. I am the witness. I am the Atman. I am the pure consciousness. The moment when I understand, then ignorance is removed. Then no more birth and death. No more samsara. No more world doesn't disturb me. So that is what the author is trying to tell. And also, the author is also telling here, so what is the root cause? What is the root cause for this world? The effect, for an example, now I made a coffee. Coffee is the product. It is an effect. Then what is the source? What is the cause for that? You can see if it is a filter coffee or if it is black coffee, it is water and coffee powder. Water and coffee powder is the cause, source, and the product or the effect is coffee. So similarly, and I am the maker, so I am the called efficient cause. That is nimitta karana. The coffee maker is the efficient cause, and the material cause is coffee powder and as well as hot water. So two types of causes we have got, main causes. Of course, you can say fire also can be there, stove also is there, oxygen you need, all these things we can say, yes, no doubt. There are all subsidiary causes, subsidiary reasons, but the main causes, we can say two causes. One is material cause, the second is efficient cause, the creator or the person who makes it. So according to the dualistic school of philosophy, or according to the Semitic religions, the efficient cause is the God, and material causes he has created from his power. Or you can say atoms, from the science if you say atoms or whatever it says. Now, the non-dualistic philosophy, the Advaita Vedanta, here in this shloka, it is telling that ignorance or ajnana is the nimitta karana for us, or upadana karana. It is a material cause. It is a material cause is what? Ajnana. At the individual level and at the cosmic level, if you see, it is called Maya. What is Maya then? Maya is the power of the Brahman. That's all we can say. If it is at the individual level, it is called Ajnana, ignorance, and it is at the cosmic level, it is called Maya. Maya means it is the power of Brahman, which covers the truth and which is projected as something else. And also one more corollary, if you deeply think, the problem of sin is handled beautifully here. The problem of evil. The problem of evil is a big question in the philosophy. And in the Semitic religions, there are so many theories, there are so many discussions, there are so many books. If the God is all compassion, if God is all good, if God is merciful, then how he can create the evil? Who has created the evil? Then Semitic religions, mostly, they say that, according to my understanding, I'm saying, they say that the Satan has created this evil. The Satan is the cause for the evil. That means the God is there. God is the root cause for all the goodness, and whatever evil we see, whatever suffering we see, that is because of Satan. So two independent principles we see in Semitic religions, because the problem of evil is very difficult for them to handle. The same thing even in Indian philosophy with respect to dualistic philosophy. Whereas the non-dualistic philosophy, Advaita Vedanta, says that God is beyond all these things. God has created the world, but whatever the sin or evil it is, you are seeing, that is done by human beings. How it is? Because, for an example, there is a sunlight. With the help of sunlight, plants are producing their food, which is called the reaction. The process is called photosynthesis. Now, with the help of sunlight, I am playing. And some people, with the help of sunlight, they're able to move from one place to another. At the same time, with the help of sunlight, because their sunlight is there, some people are doing all notorious things or mischievous things. Someone is killing. And even we can take the example of a knife. There's a knife was given for 10 people. Someone is dressing the vegetables. Someone is cutting the fruits. Someone is kept just to save, to protect himself. And someone used the knife as a weapon to kill someone. So this knife was given for 10 people, but everyone used knife for different purposes. Now, is it my mistake because I gave the knife for them? No, I gave the knife for them to use it. But unfortunately, some used for a good purpose, some didn't use for the good purpose, they used for bad purpose. So the God has created this world. He has given us for us freedom of choice, and he has given us willpower to exert, and he has created this world and he has left. But whereas, based on our desires, based on our thoughts, based on our feelings, based on our actions, we create good and we create bad. And the effect of good karma, the good actions, is virtue, it is happiness, bliss, peacefulness. And the result, the reaction of the bad actions, bad thoughts, bad feelings, bad emotions is a sin, and that's why we are suffering. That's why the evil is there in the world. So the God is beyond all these things. God didn't create this evil, rather we are the cause for this evil. So the problem of evil is handled in this sloka in a very subtle form. If you study deeply only, you'll be able to understand. So based on our actions, the good and bad thing is created. It is God is not created. And still beautifully we can understand this from the example of judge. Judge only gives judgment based on our actions. He will never ask us to do good things. He will never ask us to do bad things. Of course, he may give a word of caution or a word of advice. Better you guys, you should do good things. You should never do good things. You should never do bad things, he may say. But he is not the instigator to do good things or bad things. He only punishes, he only gives the judgment for your good and bad actions. Because he doesn't intervene. It is not that he cannot do, he doesn't intervene. So similarly with the God, he as a consciousness, he has given all of freedom for us and willpower to exert and to go further. But it is upon us using the willpower, using the freedom of choice. What do we do? If we do good things, then we are happy. If we do bad things, we are unhappy, or we will be unhappy. So from Ajnana, what happens? From Ajnana, ignorance, kama, desires, fancy ideas we get. And from that kama, desires, fancy ideas that will propel us as a catalyst force to do the actions, karma. And that actions produce karma phala, that is results, good, bad, right, wrong, and the world and the reactions, all these things are karma phala. So the basic root is ajnana, ignorance. Because of ignorance, I'm able to see this world, I'm able to perceive this world. The moment when the ignorance is removed, then what do I see? I see the reality that is called Brahman. And how to understand this? Or one more example, of course, I gave an ample of examples for you. One more example I will give you. You were sleeping, you had a dream. In the dream, suddenly, the tiger came and tiger was trying to attack. You were running and the tiger is chasing you. You were running, running, running. At some point of time, you felt, I can't run anymore. I've got tired, exhausted. You have a very deep breathing and gasping. As a result, someone is sleeping next to you. They're able to see you are having a deep breath, even physically, because of reaction of your dream. After some time, in the dream, the tiger chased you and tiger was jumping on you to catch and to eat. Immediately, you start reacting. Oh, you may shout, you may scream, or you may sweat, or you may go here and there, wheel around there in the sleep, and you may have all these reactions. And you scream or whatever, and the next person who is sleeping, he wakes you up. Hey, what happened? Hey, John, what did you happen? What happened to you? Why are you screaming? Why are you shouting? Or why are you sweating? Why are you having a deep breath, gasping? Then you break. Then few seconds, you understand that, okay, the chasing tiger was mere a dream. But all the reactions you had in your mind, but the moment your dream broke, you understood, you got the knowledge of the tiger as it was a mere dream, it was not real. So similarly, the moment when I get the knowledge, the Brahman and Brahman alone exist, the consciousness alone exists, then what happens? The world ceases to exist. Means the world doesn't disturb you. It doesn't shakes you or whatever. So that's why we have to understand the ignorance is the root cause for the world at the individual level, and for the cosmic level, that is what Maya. So what is the cause for the world has been told by author in the 14th sloka. Now, he is telling Upadana Karana, that is, what is the efficient cause for this world? Already I told there are two types of causes. One is material cause, the other is efficient cause. For an example, the pot, there is a pot, mud pot, clay pot, pot made of clay. The clay is the material cause and the potter is the efficient cause. The clay is the material cause, the potter is the efficient cause. So similarly, for this world, the ignorance is the material cause, or at the individual level or at the cosmic level. Maya is the material cause, and the efficient cause is either you say Ishvara or the Brahman or Supreme Self is the efficient cause, Nimitta Karana. Yetayohu Yat Upadanam Ekam Sukshmam Sat Avyayam Yathaiva Mrut Tikanam Vicharaha Soyam Idrushaha. So now he is trying to explain Upadana Karana here. Or in one word, we can say that he is trying to explain what is Brahman, what is the nature of Brahman. Now we told about self, individual self, that it is different from the bodies, and he told about the nature of the world or the cause of the world. Now he is telling that one is what is Upadana Karana is telling, and also is also trying to tell what is the Brahman, what is the Supreme Self actually in reality, what is the nature of Supreme Self in the 15th sloka. Yetayoho, of these two is what? Okay, individual self is over and the world is over. So of these two means the two refers to the two things? No. Of these two means material cause and efficient cause. So we have to understand very clearly. Yetayoho, of these two, of the two means material cause and efficient cause. Upadanam, the material cause is Brahman. And what is its nature? Ekam, it is only one. Fine. Sukshmam, it is very subtle. It cannot be comprehended by mere sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, or skin. Avyayam, it is unchangeable. It never changes. I am changing constantly. Like say 2 years or 3 years before, whatever the photograph has been taken, and today if you see, yes, there is a change. After 10 years, if you see, there will be change in our body, isn't it? The world is changing. The nature is changing. But they are saying that the truth or the Brahman or the conscious is never changing. It is unchangeable, unchanging. Yathaiva, just like Mritu. Mrit means earth or soil. Gatadinam, gata means part, and adinam and other objects. Vicharaha, discrimination or inquiry. Sat, existence. Soyam, ayam, etc. Idrushaha, like this. Just like the earth or soil is the material cause for the part, so similarly, the Brahman is the material cause even for this empirical world. That's what author is trying to tell here. So the Brahman is the material cause as well as efficient cause. Now we shall try to understand what do we mean by this. So here, you may get a question if you are trying to listen to my talk in a very concentrated way. Swami, you said that Brahman or the Supreme Self, there is no word of mention of Brahman here at all. So are you assuming, or is there hidden in that, or are you deriving the meaning, are you deriving the word from the sloka? What do you say? No, it is Sat. Here the word Sat represents the Brahman. Why? What is Brahman? What is the nature of Brahman? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. And in the Upanishads, in many places, the Brahman is represented just by mere one word, Sat. For example, Sateva idamagra asit ekam eva dvitiyam. In earlier, the only existence was there, and it is only one, and there is no two. We can see such type of utterances in Upanishads. So here Sat means it is Brahman. So Brahman is the material cause for this world. Just like the part is the material cause for, the clay is the material cause for the part. So here the author is trying to take us from gross to the subtle, from effect to the cause. That is called Arundhati Nyaya. Arundhati Nyaya means probably it is from Indian cultural point of view only. Who knows Indian marriage system, they'll be able to know. For example, bridegroom is supposed to show the star called Arundhati, the star by name Arundhati for bride. Because since star, and generally the marriages happen daytime and it is very small and it is very far, you will not be able to show instantly, immediately. That's why whatever the husband, he shows, okay, there is a tree, are you able to see? There is a distance tree, yes. And in the tree, are you able to see small branches? Yes. And near the branches, there are some leaves and all. Are you able to see? Yes. In between the leaves and all, there's one star, like shining star. Are you able to see? Yes, I'm able to see. So then wife may scold you, you fool, why did you waste my time? And why did you waste your time? You could have shown me indirectly, there is a star by name Arundhati. Why did you show tree, and why did you show branches? Why did you show twigs? Why did you show leaves? And why did you show so many things? You could have showed directly the star. Then probably he laughs and tells, yes, my dear, but since it is very small and tiny, probably if I had said directly, you would not have understood. You would not have, probably, you were not capable of seeing it. So that's the reason I started the things which is near to us, which is little bigger in size, which we will be able to see, perceive in a better way. So starting from that, slowly, we are going to settle, and I was able to show you the star. That's why you were capable of seeing it. Probably, if I had shown you earlier at the first step, probably were you not. So similarly, here the author, or in the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, they start from the effect and they bring to the source or cause. So here also, so the world is the effect, it is a product, no doubt. And what is the cause? That is Atman or Brahman. It is pure awareness, it is pure existence, it is pure consciousness. From the effect, we are trying to go to cause. From the product, we are going to the original material. From the grass, we are going to the subtle. So this is the way, this is the thinking process which is told by Advaita Vedanta. We have to understand. So here, the author is trying to tell the material cause of this world or for this world is Brahman, which is in the form of Sat. Now, why he is telling only Sat? He could have said Chit, he could have said Ananda. There is a reason for author to take or to mention about the Sat only. Now, to make you understand, I have to give little explanation probably. There are 20 cows in a cow shed. Wonderful. There are different types. Fine. Okay, someone is Jersey. Fine. So there are 5 or 6 cows, which is a type of a category or a type of Jersey. And 1, 5, 6 are they're a mixed hybrid version, hybrid varieties. Fine. Other 5, 6 cows are of some other variety. All of them are cows, no doubt, but they have got 3 types or 3 varieties of cows. So the 3 varieties, whatever we say, they're all special. It is Vishesha, we say. But the generalized thing is cow. Now, why they are called cow? Now, for example, I bring a goat or I bring a sheep. Then, is it a cow? If someone asks, we say no. Why? Because it is not a cow. It is a sheep or it is a goat. Whereas others in a cow shed, they are cow. They are not goat or sheep. How do you say that they are cows and these are goat or sheep? Oh, because the cows generally where we can milk the cow with the milking. Snasna we say in Sanskrit. So whichever is that where we are able to draw the milk, that portion is called snasna. Whichever has got, it is called cow. Or in the layman's language, if you manage to say, because there is a cowness in all of them cow, that's why they are called cows. If there is a sheepness in the sheep, that's why they are called by sheep. And similarly, the goatness is there in the goat, that's why it is called goat. And similarly, in the human beings, there are so many beings, there are so many living beings, but human beings are of different category. They are of separate category from other beings. Why? Because they are Homo sapiens, because they are of humanness. And there are animals. Human being is an animal, no doubt. From the animal category, animals and we are all of same because we also belong to the animals, no doubt. But because of humanness is there in us, that's why we are human beings and we are separate from the animals. And now animals are different from the plants. Why? Because in the animals, the animalness is there, and in the plants, animalness is not there, and plantness is there. In the cows, cowness is there. In the goat, goatness is there. In the sheep, sheepness is there. So goatness is there, sheepness is there, humanness is there, or animalness is there, plantness is there. There are so many varieties, but ease is common. Ease is common. That's what we mean in that ease. Ease is what? Existence. That is what we said. That existence itself is Brahman or Atman. That existence is borrowed. All the objects, all the beings have borrowed that existence, isness from the Brahman. So that's why we say that the Brahman exists everywhere. Again, it's a very subtle concept, I can understand. So it may take some time for us to understand, to comprehend. So that Sat, just like isness is there in every product, in every being, in every animal, in every human being, the isness is what? Sat, that is what? None other than the Brahman. So that's how the Brahman is the material cause also. For example, there are many rivers, but the content is same, water. Similarly, there are different type of furnitures in my house, but all are same. Why? Because all the furnitures, whatever I have got in my house, it is made up of wood. And similarly, there are so many equipments, but all the equipments, whatever I am having, garden equipment, everyone is made up of iron. So that's what we say. The Brahman, the existence-ness, the Sat is there in everything. That's why the Brahman is the substratum on which everything is existing, and the Brahman itself is appearing as all these things. And probably it is, again, I'm telling you, it is very subtle. You have to understand. Now, how to understand? Probably I'll give one more scientific analysis. There are so many objects. What it is called? Okay, matter. And how this matter has come from? Oh, we have got atoms. Then atom is the base for all these things. Then if you go little, sizzle it out, then we say protons, neutrons, electrons. Then you sizzle it out, we are not able to deduce, and we are not able to come to the conclusion in the empirical sense from one object, from one thing, or from one component, from one entity, the whole world is made up of. That's why the science is trying to tell to even today. Big Bang theory and so many other theories have come. Whereas in the Advaita Vedanta, they are saying that the consciousness is the only one thing from which everything has come out. Everything has been emerged, everything has been created, everything has been produced, if at all. So this is the difference, and this is the uniqueness of Advaita Vedanta, or the non-dualistic philosophy, that the solidarity of the universe, or from one which everything has come out, has been explained, has been understood, has been found out in the Advaita Vedanta, in the non-dualistic philosophy, whereas the science is struggling. For an example, we go to fair. There are so many sweets, wonderful. But if you see, all sweets are made up of basically sugar. Sugar, sweetness is there, all sweets among them. Okay, some is made up of gram flour, some is made up of something rice, someone is made up of urud dal, black gram dal, someone is made up of something else, chana or whatever, chana dal. But the sweetness is there in everything. All are made up of sugar or sugar dals. Sugar dals are different in shape, different in color, different in size, but the content is like sugar. So that existence-ness, the Sat, exists everywhere. That existence-ness itself is Brahman. That is what? Self or Atman. So after telling this, what is the self and what is the root, material cause and efficient cause for this world, and what is the self, he tries to explain the nature of Brahman in little more elaborate way in the next shloka. Why? Because to differentiate between what is Atma, what is self, and what is non-self, Anatma, then it is understood. Because he has told Vichara, we have to do Vichara, we have to do inquiry into the truth. So how to be done, he has started. Now he is making much more in a precise way, or probably in an elaborate way, that what is Atman, what is self, and what is Anatman, what is non-self, is explained in the 16th shloka. Ahamekaha api sukshmascha gnata sakshi sadavyayah tadaham na atra sandehaha vicharaha soyamedrushaha. Aham ekaha, I am only one, I am that alone, I am only one. And also api, and also sukshmascha, apicha, and also sukshmaha, I am subtle. Gnata, so aham should be added for everything here. Aham gnata, I am the knower. Aham sakshi, I am the witness. Aham sat, I am the existence. Aham avyaya, I don't have any parts, I am unchangeable. Tad, tat, that, aham, I, natra, not here, sandeha, doubt, sandeha nasti, vicharaha. That is what? Enquiry. Soyamidrusha, like this, etc. Means, I am the one, I am the only one, I am the subtle, I am the knower, I am the witness, I am the ever-existent, I am the unchanging. And there is no doubt that I am that. Such is, that's what we mean. That is what? Enquiry. Such type of thinking, such type of discrimination is what? Enquiry. In a one sentence, if you want me to tell again, who am I? or what is Brahman is being told beautifully in this sloka, in this aphorism. I mean, not aphorism, in this sloka. So by explaining what is Atman or Brahman, we'll be able to understand what is not Brahman or what is not Atman in relative sense. Because everything is Brahman, then where is there to discriminate? We are supposed to reach that state. Before reaching that, for us, Brahman and not Brahman, or Atma and Atma exist. That's why we have to understand. So we are mixing and we are mistaking the self for non-self or non-self for self. That is what we mean, or that's what we explain as ignorance. So what is ignorance? You were saying, Swamiji, Ajnana. What is the ignorance? I am mistaking the self for non-self. I am mistaking the non-self for the self. That is what Ajnana. That is what ignorance. And now he is telling that Aham Ekaha. I am only one. There are so many beings. There are so many things. How can we say that? Because I have got self, you have got self, every being, either animals, every animal has got a soul, every individual being has got souls. Then there should be multiplicity of selves, multiplicity of souls, isn't it? We say, no. How? If I am also, I, you, and everyone, there's only one Brahman. If there's only one self, then when I'm experiencing happy, then how can you be neutral? When you are experiencing unhappiness, how can I be happy? Because if there's only one self, then everyone should experience either happy or everyone should experience unhappiness, isn't it? But our reality, the fact is, it is different. Everyone's experience at same time is different based on their perceptions, based on the reactions, based on their place, based on their state of mind, all these things. Then how can you say that the Atman or the self is only one? Actually, if you see, there should be so many souls, so many selves, isn't it? We say no. Then how do you explain? My experience is different from you, and someone is in India is different, someone is in USA, they are different, someone is in either Northern Ireland, his experience is different at this given point of time. How do you substantiate this fact? We say that because just like there's only one sun, we have kept 100 buckets of water, if we say, then there are 100 reflective suns we can see, or 100 mirrors if you keep, we can see 100 reflections. So similarly, there's only one self, there is only one Atman or Brahman, but they are got so many subtle bodies, thousands of, lakhs of, crores of, millions of, billions of subtle bodies. They are called reflecting mediums. That's why we feel that there are so many selves. Actually, Brahman is only one, just like we have got one sun in our solar system, but we are in India also they are able to see, Ireland they're able to see, in France they're able to see, in UK they're able to see, in Scotland they're able to see, USA they're able to see, Antarctica they're able to see. Then that means there are so many suns? No, there's only one sun, but we're able to see it at different places. So similarly, there is only one Brahman, self, but we are able to feel that everyone has got self, and multiplicity of selves we feel because of reflecting mediums. There are many. What is that reflecting medium? That is what subtle body or causal body. Both are called reflecting mediums. So from this, the corollary is what is death is explained here very clearly. Because many people, they say, oh Swami, when we die, where our soul goes? Where our Atman goes? Because our soul, we hear it travels, isn't it? So what happens to our self when we die? Where our soul exists? How our soul travels? All such type of questions we ask. We do receive such type of questions. We say, soul never travels. Then where it goes? It never goes. Where it was, it is there only. That means the soul or the self is there. It exists in the dead body also. Yes. Oh my God. The soul or self can exist in the dead body also. Yes. Then why the dead body is not conscious of it? Before the death, the body was aware of it. I was aware of it. The moment I die, that means what? I am not aware of. I'm not conscious. That means what? How the soul can exist in the body, reside, and at the same time, how the body is not aware of it. And why I'm not conscious? Why I'm not aware? Then we say, because there is no reflecting medium, the called subtle body. In the death, what happens? The subtle body and causal body departs the physical body or the gross body. That's why we are not able to perceive the consciousness. Just like, oh, afternoon at 3:30, there's a beautiful scorching sun. So seeing sun, or yesterday, I had an experience. Around 3:30, there was a beautiful sun. I went out. I was, inspired to walk more and more. Walking, I went to Blanchardstown. 3 kilometers or 3.5 kilometers I walked. Blanchardstown Mall, we say. I went and I was just entered Blanchardstown and I was nearing to Blanchardstown Mall. Beautifully, thick clouds came and the sun was covered. And in no time, we are all blessed in Ireland that shower started. You see, I was tempted by seeing the scorching sun, beautiful sunlight. I went 3.5 kilometers. I was enjoying, but the enjoyment was limited because of sun. Because of sun was covered by clouds and I had a rain. When sun is covered by thick clouds, so can I say that? Or can you say that sun doesn't exist? No. How can you say? Earlier, I was experiencing a scorching sun, or bright day or whatever. Now it is not so. So much bright is not there. There is no sunlight, isn't it? Yes, but the sun is covered by clouds. So similarly, just like that, in the dead body, what happens? The reflecting medium called, the subtle body leaves the gross body or physical body. That's why the gross body is not aware of the self or Brahman or consciousness. So at least from today onwards, you people should not ask the question or should not think that when I die, the soul, where it travels, the soul never travels, only the subtle body travels. So when we say that, when I enter mother's womb at 3 month, 3rd month, or 5th month, or 6th month, only my subtle body enters. Subtle body and causal body enters. As a soul, I never enter there. So that we have to understand very clearly. And also, it makes us very clearly, just like I change everyday clothes. So similarly, the Jivatman or the individual soul is changing this body. Means the death means what? It changes, it leaves away the old shirt or old dress and it takes the new dress. So if I am dying, if the doctor say that, okay, my dear, your days are numbered, I need not to be mourned. I need not to feel depressed. I need not to cry. Why? Because just like when my clothes become dirty, when my clothes become shabby, or when my clothes become old, I leave and I take a new clothes. So similarly, the subtle body is leaving this old fragile body or a fragile dress and it is taking the new dress. Just like when we get new dress, we feel so happy, isn't it? So similarly, if I am dying, I should understand that, okay, I'm getting a new dress, so let me enjoy it. So let me welcome the death. So at least the students of Vedanta should not mourn for the death. We should welcome the death. Why? Because I'm getting just like a new dress, I will be getting a new body with full of vigor, with full of energy. My body, mind with full of energy. So aham ekaha, I am one, and aham sukshmascha. For an example, we are able to see so many things, objects. Why? Because they are gross in form. Whereas if I say that there is a bacteria, can you show me? Most of us, we are not able to see through our naked eye because it is subtle, because our sense organ eye, it cannot see, it cannot perceive. It is beyond its limit. Similarly, amoeba or paramecium, like that. So like this, they are all subtle objects. So like this, even the consciousness or the Brahman is also a subtle object, just like an amoeba. No, it is never an object at all. It is the subtlest thing and it is always subject. So aham sukshma means it is the subtlest, it is not comprehensible by our sense organs. That's what we mean. Then okay, for an example, when I eat sweet, I can experience the sweet. Though sweetness cannot be shown, I mean the sweetness cannot be shown physically, but one is experienceable. So is it that like that? Yes, it can be said like that. The Brahman cannot be shown pinpointedly because it is never an object. It is a subject. It is a matter of experience. The sweetness, you cannot explain whatever you say sugar. Then sweet is sugar. Sugar is sweet. Sweet is not. The sweet is not only sugar. Sweet can be jaggery. Sweet can be cake. Sweet can be sweets. So many things, isn't it? So we can't explain actually what is sweetness. Only we can give some thing which is made up of which consists sweetness, and we can say, you eat this, then you'll be able to experience what is sweet. So similarly, the Atman is the subject. So it is only experienceable. It is the subtlest thing, beyond the mind, beyond intellect, beyond senses. That's why it is very subtle, and it is never an object. Rather, it is the subject. Then what is the knower? What is the known? All these things, let us try, because these are very subtle and very important. We shall try to explain, or we shall try to know in the next class. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.